Welcome to the first episode of Father and Son Corner, where we discuss life topics through a father and son perspective. And as you can tell, a little fancy up in here. A little fancy drinks with our ice cubes and crystal ice in there. Turtlenecks. Chains with our E chain, L chain.
Got our initials. Shoes with no shoestrings.
Exactly.
Whoa. Our nice Zab Lab socks. Yeah.
Yep.
Bringing it today.
Yeah, for sure. And
don't forget our giant fancy weed cigars.
yes, cigars with ingredients of person's choosing, you might say. So why are we fancy, you might ask? Well, we got some poetry I wanted to read today. Not any poetry, just some high school poetry from Father here. Found it a few months ago and started reading a little bit of it, and I figured, you know what, let's hold it down, lock it down, and what else would it be perfect for other than our first episode of Father and Son Corner?
Yes.
So yeah, how do you feel on?
Well, I feel I better start this.
Right.
When you found that a few months ago, yeah, it's been a while. We decided it's too good to let's save it. Since then, I have a couple of thoughts. One is, I don't know that I've ever been more single than I am right now. And not in like a dating way, but in like a living just happily by yourself type way. So to come back to high school puppy love,
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty wild to just because of where, and it seems like five. Oh my God, it seems like 5 lifetimes ago.
Exactly.
That age. And then I am going to remember some though. I definitely remember some things there. So, and some of the things I'm remembering are be interesting to share with my son.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think my anxiety matches your excitement. The other thing too is you know me for a long time. I'm always about wake up to win. Doesn't matter where you're at. Don't look at yesterday. It's all about today. What are you going to do with today? And we tend to romanticize our histories, right? When we talk about them, we embellish the good. We leave out kind of what makes us, we romanticize our histories.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I had that like resilience back then, and that's not more recent, and that somehow I kind of just picked that up along the way.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot going on. There's, during some of that time, there's some really hard times going on. So I'm interested to see if and if it's even a subject, I don't know. But was I so positive no matter what was going on, as I've preached my whole life?
Yeah.
At the time, that probably would have been the hardest for me to do that. So I'm interested on that.
Yeah.
And then there's this like 3%, or maybe it's really good.
Yeah.
That's 3%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not counting on that too much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
I bet you are.
Again.
The one we looked at, it's in there somewhere, and we haven't looked at these. So we'll be going through this together. It'll be a new journey in our lifetime together. But it the one that we saw that you were like, God, that one was rough.
Yes.
I mean, alone and emo and
yeah,
Jesus.
And that was the part 2 of what I had read.
It did say part 2.
Well, honestly,
yeah,
no other way to get into it but to do it, right? So let's get started. Well, first off, the title says My Special One.
Oh boy.
So this was back in March 27th, 1993. How old were you at this time?
17.
17 years old.
I brought a picture of what I looked like. I put it up for everybody. So, so that's what I would have looked like.
Wow. That's classic right there.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And then that one turned into, wow. There you go.
Nice, dude. Nice. Got the matching hat with the sweater, Nike. Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, look at that hair.
The hair
look at
is
the
awesome.
flowing locks.
Dude.
And then, trying to grow a beard, I guess, or a stash. Something horrible there. So
that's classic.
That's what we're working with.
Yep.
So 17, senior in high school, almost done with high school. It would have been, you said March?
March 27th.
Spring love, I guess.
Spring love, my special one. So let's get it kicked off. We haven't talked for so long. We don't even look at each other in the eye. I miss you so much, and now you're gone. Why did we have to stay? Why did we have to say goodbye?
Okay, hold on. Fair. I was going to say, don't read it so rough.
I'm just reading it how I feel it. That's what I'm saying.
There is like a flow to each one.
Okay.
So
okay. Well, there was a missed word in this one. That's why it caught me. Like you put, we don't even look each other in the eye. Okay, my bad. I messed up there.
The word was there?
Yes.
Okay, I won't interrupt anymore. I'm going to be sensitive anyway. So fire away. And I remember this. It's one of the first poems I ever wrote.
Yes.
I already remember it.
Okay.
Not like
so should we restart it?
Not like by word. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. Again, I'm accepting.
Which is totally understood. I mean,
you own the poetry, so you hit it.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, you're in charge.
My special one. We haven't.
Fair enough. Okay, all right.
We haven't talked for so long. We don't even look each other in the eye. I miss you so much, and now you're gone. Why did we have to say goodbye? We never had what others had. A beaten path already made to follow. I don't think that's all bad. That's all bad. Except that today there's no tomorrow. I sit and wonder about the past and why we didn't endeavor. All your dreams can be gone so fast, and now nothing lasts forever. I tried to call you the other day. It wasn't really by choice. It didn't matter what you'd say. I just needed to hear your voice. Woo! That was nice. I like that one. I like that one. Okay. I tried to call you the other day. Oh, that was what I just read. Okay. I will try to never believe that this time is really the end. 'Twas my heart you did thieve, and your trust you would not lend. Oh, twas.
Fucking twats in there.
You threw a twas in there.
So at least you now know we ain't playing.
Getting real biblical in here.
Yep. Maybe there'll be some. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, it seems as though we lost it all, erased everything from our memory. I can't believe we left it fall without even trying just to see. I don't think I found love though. I found it in the world so dark. Love never been able to let it show. On that journey I've yet to embark. It's so hard for me to accept that I'm no longer able to dream. My love and hope was all I kept, and as I waited for us to be a team. Why does love always seem to hurt near as much as it brings pleasure? It seems to be the main transvert of an unwanted bitter treasure. You'll always be my special one, like the shell that hides the pearl. When I'm without you, I have none. I love you, my brown-eyed girl. Oh, Dad was in love at this time. Oh man, we gotta talk about this. Who is this girl?
I do know who that's about.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, apparently she
I'm
wasn't.
still I'm still taking that all in.
Apparently she wasn't as like she wasn't
Down.
following through on her side. You know what I mean? Like
Tease. I shouldn't. No, not a tease. I hadn't thought about the people that these are written about.
right.
Looking back on it lifetimes ago, I liked her more than she liked me. And then she was somebody that wasn't like kind of a vixen. She kind of played, now that I look back and I'm a lot older, she knew how to mess with people's emotions a little bit. But yeah, I liked her. I liked her a lot, obviously. And she was a fantastic girl. She's a fantastic woman. So,
Yeah.
but wow. But
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was thinking about that's wild to
Well,
me.
clearly she. I mean, I want to bag on you, Dad, but clearly she had you whooped for sure.
Yeah, and then I liked her more than she liked me.
yeah.
All things that like as you get, you try and avoid
But
really.
that's just
But that's life,
that's how it
obviously.
goes,
No,
especially in high school.
it's gonna
17.
get worse than that. I'm pretty sure that ain't as bad as we're gonna see. So on one side, I don't want to shit on it too much because there's more coming. I'm sure,
well,
But I will say, did you see how it rhymed?
no, the
And,
flow.
and the lines go. So on that one, it's an A-B.
Yeah.
Right, like so. Line 1 rhymes with line 3, and line 2 lines with line 4,
Yeah.
and then that repeats. So it's a rhyme, 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 rhyme,
Yeah.
not just the one rhyme.
No, exactly. It would go rhyme. The first one would rhyme with like the third line, and the second line would rhyme with like the
On this
fourth
one,
line.
it's A-B. Yeah,
Yeah.
A-C-B-D.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, I like the flow. I,
The
I
closer on that, dude, that's a moneymaker.
that was a nice one.
Yeah.
My brown eyed girl. Nice.
Yeah.
Could have called it that. Could have entitled it my brown eyed girl.
Yeah. Could have.
No, I like that a lot actually.
So, and the pack that Evan found, these were all in order. When I put these in order,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm shocked these made it through the life all the, my God, all the storage units, all the apartments, all the moving
Yeah.
through when I was, younger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked that this made it through. But I put those in an order at some point, and that doesn't surprise me. That was number one. It was one of the first ones I wrote.
Yeah.
And I remember sharing that with like one or two dudes at school, high school, and that weren't in my group necessarily,
Yeah.
but got along with and everything. And I remember one of them, this guy, he was like, dude, that's so good. Like he gave me all this positive feedback.
Yeah. No, I get
And then
that.
it went, and which allows you to go do more. But I was going to be a writer, up until this point in my life, I was going to be a writer. So poetry was normal.
That makes sense.
Versus the corporate salesperson, leader that I became for 25 years. So,
That's awesome.
But I will say, blast from the past. I feel better about the quality.
Yeah.
Than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Just as anxious about.
Well, now
the
that
content.
I got
the content's got me just as anxious.
But now that I got the flow on this thing, we're gonna really get into this because now I got the flow down, and now we got how the story's going.
Fire away.
Let's get it. Well, first one down, I would say that was pretty good. I give that to you.
Thanks.
I
haven't embarrassed myself. I haven't.
Oh, it was embarrassing a little bit, but
yeah. Okay. I'm not going to do any more follow-up questions. I could have just let that alone. I made myself hear that. You were moving on, and I'm like, yeah, but wasn't that bad, right? Well, you're whooped as hell, bro. Fair enough. We've all been there, I hope.
No, for a high schooler, really good. Okay. This one's called Conscience.
Mm-hmm.
This was back in November 15th, 1993. So this is later in that year. Dad's back at it with his poetry.
I went to college. I'm in college during this one.
Okay, so Dad's
and that was what I.
Oh, so you
started, well, and I went to college for 4 months.
So you started college at 18 or
17
or 17. I mean,
so, yeah. But college 4 months.
17.
This is 4 months that I went to college, total, and I didn't go to much class at all. And a lot of experimentation that were kicking in. I'm interested on anything that's in the, now that I think about it, anything that's in that second half of 93 is going to be drug fueled. So that one in March was probably, but once I went off to college, there was break on through, baby. So I'm interested. Maybe they got better.
Which makes sense to me because I feel like in the '90s that was kind of the thing back in the day. With how the culture was. I just feel like it's
Yeah, acid then meth.
acid and yes,
Not in that order, about in that order. Then pills. Right. Let's go down the list. Yeah, it's good times.
Okay, so
Yes.
to set us in, this is Dad in college, entering college now.
I lived at the dorm.
Now 18,
Montana State.
off this chick now.
Well, I hope so.
Okay, maybe.
Bozeman, Montana. Yep.
Montana days, nice. Okay, so conscience. Let's get into it. I am the sun, for I make you grow. I am water, because I can erode. I know down inside that I have the power to nourish you until you are a flower. I can create and I can change. I understand things that are strange. I am blood that gives you life. I am death that takes your wife. Within my hands, I hold your fate until you realize that it's too late. I turn blacks and whites into grays. I help you control your evil ways. I am here until I am there. I am the beast within the liar.
Lair.
Oh, the lair. It's spelled liar.
My bad.
All good. I know of today and of tomorrow, which road to pass and which road to follow. Come with me and I'll show you why. Even a heart can sometimes lie. Whoo! I got to pause on that. That was good. That was a good one. Even a heart can sometimes lie. I am the road on which you travel. I am your leader on the way to battle. I know truth is from the soul. With your feelings there is no control. I have come to meet the man, and I am universe, sky, sea, and land. Woo! Okay, so I noticed you made a little side. So you may have changed this bar right here. So from even a heart can sometimes lie. I am the road on which you travel. You put I know truth from soul. With true love there is no control. I have to meet the man. Oh, so these were just okay.
Let me see it.
Yeah, you let
well,
me
and
know
like, that. See, like on this one, it came back to me after you started reading it.
Okay.
So this one's way less girly.
Less girly, yeah.
More it's more right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like I am the sun for I make you grow. I am water because I can't erode.
Okay.
I know down inside that I have the power to nourish you until you are a flower. I can create and I can change. I understand things that are strange.
Yes.
I am blood that gives you life. I am death that takes your wife. Within my hands, I hold your fate until you realize that it's too late.
Yeah.
I turn blacks and whites into grays. I help you control your evil ways. I am here until I am there. I am the beast within the lair. I know of today and of tomorrow which road to pass and which road to follow. Come with me and I'll show you why even a heart can sometimes lie. I am the road on which you travel. I am your leader on the way to battle. I know truth is from the soul. With your feelings there is no control. I have come to meet the man. I am universe, sky, sea, and land. Probably sounded the same as when you read it. That's crazy. So yeah, so on this one, over here I put, I changed it from I have come to meet the man. I am universe, sky, sea, and land. That's what it says on the left.
Okay.
But these aren't my rough drafts. These are supposed to be finals. Because in my actual,
but I'm saying I don't know if you
but I
changed
put
it right there.
Yeah, which one it should be. What I
Yeah.
put on the side is I have come to meet the man. I am fire, sea, or fire, sky, sea, and land instead of universe.
Okay.
So, which is funny though, because if you get real deep on that, fire, sky, sea, and land is fucking the show you used to watch, Airbender.
Yeah, Avatar, Last
It's
Airbender.
earth,
Yeah.
fire, water,
Yeah.
So I wanted to change universe for fire so that it would be the 4. And then the other one that's over here, I put, I know truth is from the soul. With your feelings, there is no control. Over here, it says, I know truth is from the soul. With true love, there's no control. So it was, is your feelings there no control or true love?
Okay. So in this one, how are you feeling at this time? So like you were feeling
That to me is a acid trip, right?
okay.
The sun, it's water, it's fire. I was into that at the time. Fucking learn yourself,
Yeah.
open your mind, fucking, nature and we're part of something so much bigger, and
Yeah.
everything's intertwined and
Yeah.
so that to me is what it comes across as, and
Pretty
it's
dope.
a little dark, not dark, but a little like in my head. The way I feel it is like,
Oh, it's dark
I
for sure.
am I am fire, sky, sea, and land. Come to meet the man.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, it's not as bad. It's not bad. It's not bad from like it rhymes and there's the right amount of syllables. So I'm excited about those two things.
Maybe we can get like a trap beat going, and then we can have you recite
I
those.
think my eye just twitched. We can show that when we edit. I think I literally just. Okay, well,
We'll get you on some 808s.
dude. So
and
you're
some.
talking about? Oh man.
That's
How about I read the next one?
okay.
Okay, let's just move on before we start. Remixing stuff. Okay. 331.93.
Wow.
Utopian dessert.
Wait, so 331.93. We're back in March of 93.
These are put in order for a reason.
Okay.
I'm sure I can remember doing it like 30 or fucking 25 years ago, whenever it was. The last time I saw these, I remember at one point writing all these out
Yeah.
as like in the master, and then titling them because they didn't have titles.
Yeah.
You can see they're all written in one ink, and then the title and the date is in a different one. So I wrote them all out. Then I went and titled and dated them, and they're not in. Yeah, they're not. And I remember doing this so long ago. It's weird.
You probably put them in order to like if they were found. This is how you would want the reader to read
Honestly,
it. Like,
I know at some point I put a thought into why this order is the order that it is.
yeah.
And back then I was, like I said, getting in tune with my, with the universe. So who knows? Who knows? All right, here we go. Utopian dessert.
Utopian dessert. March 13th
93.
of 93. Okay.
So we'd have been listening to like Beastie Boys and Korn.
And this is
a little
called
early for Korn. Cypress Hill
Cypress Hill.
would have been big. Dude, 93, that would have been Snoop and Dr. Chronic. Chronic came out when I was a senior in high school. Changed everything. A lot of Beastie Boys, Cypress. And then we got into 60s drug rock. We got into I got into the Doors heavy, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin.
Oh, the Doors was in the 60s?
Doors were like, yeah, late 60s, 68. I think Jim Morrison died in like 70. But I was in the Doors heavy.
I know a lot of people into the Doors, but I've never actually heard them. But
when I used to take acid, I had to listen to the Doors every time I did that. And
tradition?
Yeah, like, hold on, I gotta get my Doors. And just groove for a minute.
Yeah.
Like 45, I'd go through like a whole side, just take it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But so there's music. The kicker was we listened to music all the time. We didn't watch a lot of TV, me and my friends. We sit around and watch TV. We sat around and listened to music, smoked dope and got fucked up and, talked about chicks or whatever, but it was to music, not to TV.
Exactly.
Now that I think back on it. All right. The scent of the rain on a cool summer's day, escaping from the pain by touching the ray. Being alone isn't always bad, like when you want to think thoughts that could make you sad, or as you rush ahead to the brink. We've all had the good time as well as the tough hardship. Dismay is on my mind, as slow as the sap does drip.
Ooh.
Oh no, I was more of a emo.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, we're about to start crying. Get in the car. Lance is crying.
Put on some Drake.
Fuck yeah, this is like okay.
Sorry, Drake. But
yeah. Don't.
he ain't gonna listen
That's
to
a
this.
ding. No, but that's a
Yeah.
ding on just in general, just in the universe.
Yeah.
All right. The mood is so silent, only hearing nature's cry. Utopia is where I went to hear mother's lullaby. Everything is quite peaceful, trapped in her serenity. Some venture to call it dull, but they have no place to be. Men and women of the past have traveled here today. Time will slip away so fast, it's easy to lose your way. The dripping of the water, constant as is our love, like the lambs to slaughter, eroding more than a shove.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. So a little in your feelings a little bit, a little dark. Not in your feelings, but like a little looking at the negatives of society and how things
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
and like
yeah. But again, so we're in that March where
yeah,
I'm brokenhearted apparently, and then I
exactly.
think if we get, and this I only wrote all this for like a year. I just banged it out for like a year. So we're only talking a year, 2 years
Oh, okay,
tops,
okay.
tops. Yeah, I wrote all the way up until I was like this. Whenever I quit writing after this, I didn't write until we quit our jobs last year to start the company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what is that? 94 to 2021.
Yep.
I mean, I was gonna be a writer for my whole life, and then 27 years went by and I didn't write. So apparently, I wasn't right. I have to point out on this though. I have I have part of this tattooed on my body. I have
Hmm.
men and women of the past have traveled here today. Time will slip away so fast. It's easy to lose your way. I have that as a tattoo.
That's a good one to have.
I forgot like long
That's
time,
dope.
long time.
That's smart.
So
And it's your script. I mean, so that's pretty dope actually.
well, and then it's on my ribs and it's all scratchy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like it looks like it's scratched in.
Yeah,
It's not just pure. We'll put one up. We'll put a picture up,
for sure.
but it's all like it's scratchy and
Hmm.
and it's written like that. Yeah,
Dope.
yeah. It wasn't. I hadn't really ever thought about that either. I'll tell you what. Cool. You do the next one,
Yeah, let me read one more.
and then we'll call it good.
Okay.
This one's interesting because as soon as I saw the title, it reminded me. This is about a guy I worked with, so I can already remember.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Lloyd.
Okay. And then you called him Pink Floyd because there's a band called Pink Floyd, right?
Pink Floyd. So
Pink Lloyd. And what was up going on with Lloyd here? What was going on with him? With here? This is back in
this
okay.
is fucked up.
So
This is some fucked up shit.
Just to give some where we're at right now. So this is now
Billings, Montana.
Billings, Montana. October 94. So now we're next year.
Oh wait, 94.
Yes.
This is Billings, Montana.
Okay, still in Billings.
This is gonna be one. Yeah, so 94, I think, because I moved. Yeah, I left Billings in like 95. So so that's about right. So I worked at a place called Elmer's Pancake and Steakhouse. You've heard me say that before. So I was a cook. Well, actually, I dropped out of college. Money didn't go, whatever. So when I went back to Billings, I just walked in, got a job, dishwasher, a cafe or a booming cafe off the freeway in Billings, Montana. And it's called Elmer's Pancake and Steakhouse. So dishwashed for like a month, and they asked me if I want to be like a busboy, right? Like 2 months of doing that, and the guy came to me and was like, "Hey, do you want to be a cook?" And I'm like, "I don't know how to cook." And he's like, "I'll teach you." And I was a good worker. I was a real good worker. I was a good employee, and so moving up quick, whatever. As much and as quick as you can at a pancake and steakhouse. We had a dishwasher who was missing teeth, was off a little bit, timid, socially very awkward. You could just look at a girl and and just only just a slower type dude,
Okay.
right? And old. So he looked like he was 60, but he was really like 45. And he's somebody that you could tell gets picked on, like that, even though he's way older. I mean, my God, I was like 18 years old working at a fucking cafe, right? And I was going to be a writer and all this cool stuff. And I'm a dishwasher, and then I'm a I'm a busboy at a restaurant, which is good. Everyone should have that job, by the way. You should work at a restaurant. So
I had before.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like we talked about.
Yeah.
Serve. You should serve people.
It's a good experience for just serving people and then interacting with people in general. Yeah.
No, well, there's 2 or 3 things you should do, not to derail this, but as you've heard me say your whole life, you need to work outside and you need to serve people and you need to work with the public.
Yeah.
Those 3 things you've got to do when you're 16, 17, 18, as you get into the job force. You need to work outside so that if you don't like it, it helps. Those other jobs aren't near as bad.
Yeah.
Right? It puts it in perspective. You need to serve people. You need to wash a dish. If everyone fucking had to wash dishes for 6 months when they were 17, the world would be a better place. Period.
Honestly.
Period. And then deal with the public, because if you can deal with the public, then you just doubled your wage. If you can deal with the public at work, you doubled your wage, and you'll get a work inside.
Yeah.
So find out if you can or not.
Yeah.
Find out early if you can.
Oh, you'll learn real quick in the restaurant business. That's for sure.
Yeah, so just figure it out.
To your point.
Do you want to fucking strangle them, or do you get it? Do you play the game? You can take it in. You can get them what they want. Because if you can do the latter, that's marketable. I mean, that's a skill set.
Yeah.
That's value. That has value in the workplace. So you can now go and find places that value that and make good money indoors, because you can talking to people's hard.
Yeah.
And it's only getting harder. People are fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I blame the giant cigar for mine. Okay, so Lloyd though, had gotten so many, and so I kind of, in my head, I was always like, I'm going to take care of Lloyd. He's one of those types of guys that and I was kind of a cool guy. So if you picked on him, I'd give you shit type of thing. It's like, man, this motherfucker's he's just kind of slow. He's off. He's obviously got a alcohol problem, an addiction problem.
Okay.
And so a dishwasher, and that's what he was going to be. Dude, he had 6 or 8 DUIs.
He did?
Found this out, right? And he started driving a fucking lawnmower to work. A riding lawnmower. I can't make this up.
That's smart though. That's dope. That's smart.
It is smart, but then it also opens up some sort of legal debate. Like,
maybe, but
if you're on a motorized fucking thing on the street, like,
it's a motorized vehicle.
If he's fucking drunk on a lawnmower, he could still cause an accident. He might not be able to hurt anybody else.
You don't need a license to drive a lawnmower though, right?
Not on your lawn. But if you're driving a lawnmower on the street, now it's like a car. Anyway.
Fair.
But remember, I'm 18 and I'm like, what the fuck, this guy?
Exactly.
Dude, he's the one that, I think you've heard this story before. One night.
No, I've heard this. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, I was telling you where.
Oh yeah.
Where me and my friends were out. We're driving down fucking Bench in Billings, and this dude is hanging off the back of a lawnmower driving like this. And we're at, and somebody's like, fucking hit him with a fucking egg, or something, like. And I'm like, nah, dude, I know him. I fucking know him. That's fucking Lloyd.
Damn.
So, dude, in fact, that night I was like, Lloyd, let's get you home, man. So he was super close to his house. So we drove alongside of him and as it was going, and he was like in it, and I turned it into his driveway. And dude, I could hear his mom start yelling at him as we pulled in the driveway.
Damn.
It was some DV motherfucking shit. Like coming across, and then he goes, I hear her go, fucking Lloyd, dude. And I'm like, she's like, you piece of shit, get your ass in here. And comes around the corner, and I'm standing there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, Lloyd, see you later, brother. And he's like, she's like, who the fuck are you just going on? And that's his life. That's his fucking environment.
Yeah, exactly. That's the life he's going. So you can feel what he's going through. So you kind of understand. So okay.
So this poem is about Lloyd.
So this is literally about him.
I just tried to I can remember. I was like, man, I remember. It was like right after that happened. I was all fucking stoned, and I sat back and I'm like, man, fuck. Put yourself in that motherfucker's shoes. right? I think that's what it is. I haven't read it in 25, but I'm pretty sure I put myself in his shoes. That's what I remember that it's about him. And what would it like to be this guy, man?
Shoot. Okay. Well, with that context, let's get into it. I keep ashing everywhere.
Great question, though, and
Yeah.
then my 10-minute answer.
We'll see if it was needed or not. I'm just joking. So, Pink Lloyd.
I think that's just
which is a bar right there.
I think
that's a bar.
Yeah, that's just play on words. It's Lloyd, Pink Lloyd, but yeah, Pink Lloyd. That's it.
Exactly. Wordplay. Okay. Pink Lloyd. A long time ago, in a land like ours, a man walked the streets alone. A hole of sadness hid inside him. As he searched to find his home, minute by minute, the last days crept on. As everything stayed the same, he wanted the streets, an unknown man, with few ever learning his name. An honest man, he made an honest living, even if quietly so. He hurt no one and asked for nothing, especially when times were slow. He had but one goal to accomplish in life before he went on his way, to know that his child grew up all right in a world that pushes away. It takes but one moment to change the tide, no matter which way you're headed. To make one mistake and ruin a life was the main fear he dreaded. So he lived out his life all alone, away from anyone who cared. It wasn't his love or lack thereof. He was just too scared. Damn. So he passed away.
I don't know. Not then. I guess I knew him real well.
Well, yeah, damn. So I feel like I do know Lloyd like a lot now. So that's
shout
dope.
Out fucking Lloyd. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He just had an addiction problem, and
so he did that.
There's no way he's made it to now.
Right.
I don't. Was he then? I don't think so.
How old was he at this point? Like 50s?
Well, he looked like he was in his 50s, but he'd had such a hard life. Now I think back on it, probably like 35. Like, you know.
Yeah, because when you're 18, everybody looks a little bit older than they are.
Yeah, and then you're rode hard and hung up wet.
Yeah.
You look fucking bad.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
and you start adding to that, drinking. Fuck, you hit 20, 25 years drinking, you start looking different. Drugs, whatever, I mean, that shit adds up.
Apparently he was drinking heavy because you guys caught him and he was drunk again on his vehicle. He
had like 6 or 8 DUI. Dude, if you get, quite frankly, if you get one don't get any DUIs. But if you get, I mean, what more is there of an example of fucking a massive addiction problem?
Yeah.
This guy cannot keep himself from drinking and driving, which means he can't keep himself from drinking. And when he drinks, he can't fucking control what he does. So that's core addiction.
Exactly.
Right.
That's true.
And then, here's another Lloyd story real quick. Holy shit. And then we'll call it a wrap.
Okay.
So we found out that we made our own, at that same cafe, that we made our own whipped cream. And they put out pies. Like,
you guys made your own whipped cream.
Right.
Okay.
So they had a fucking nitrous tank. So nitrous, you ever heard of people doing whippets?
Yes.
So all whippet is
yeah.
Okay, well, whippet is just one little nitrous.
Exactly, like a gas.
And you waste all this other shit for a.
Okay.
We had a tank, a fucking like metal, fucking 6 foot tall tank.
Oh man.
So this other dude, and I worked with some characters up there. I was a character at the time. So I'm walking by, and I'm a cook there. This other cook goes, "Hey man, we make whipped cream, right?" And he can barely just stand there. And I'm like, and I'm already at this point at that level. So I'm like, is there nitrous back there?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Dude, I walk in and this thing's so tall, and I grab the tube and fucking flip it open. I'm like, I'm just taking it in. I turn it off, and there's these swamp coolers right there. And it's this little closet like a little closet that had like the fucking whipped cream shit in a giant tank. That's all that was in there, like a fucking mop. And he fucking, I come out and it's just going wah 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 wah, and you're just like, holy shit, this is crazy. So you walk away and it goes away. I don't know, like 4 minutes later, and you kind of have a headache, and then you do it again. It's one of the worst drugs, like
It sounds horrible.
with the payoff.
It's like all in your brain. It's like
It's
all head. I feel like it goes all just.
no, yeah, and not like in a.
But I've never done it. But that's what I'm
No,
just
it's
feeling.
now that I think about it, it's fucking horrible. It's cool if you're like at a Grateful Dead show and you buy a balloon. If you ever see people with balloons at like a Fish concert,
the heliums or whatever.
What people your age? What's the concerts they all do drugs at? Well,
my people my age, they go to EDC and
but like is Travis Scott was the right?
Travis Scott is like the artist that you would go to, but there's way more. Even the worst artists, in my opinion, they're like
so
Lil Pumps and stuff.
So they have a balloon,
yeah,
that should be nitrous, right? Yeah. So anyway, dude, I start getting plans in my head, right? I'm like, motherfucker. I tell. I'm like, okay, guys. This was like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm like, all right, motherfucker. On Friday night, I'm gonna fill up some balloons somehow, like 4 balloons, like a balloon each. And we'll go hit that fucking party, drink it. There's a big house party, whatever it was we were doing. There's a show, something. But I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get us each a balloon. I gotta figure out how to get them out of there, dude. Like 2 days later, like the day before the weekend. The nitrous tank has been known to the druggies for two days, 48 hours, maybe 72 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you hear something working. It's like a lunch rush. Everybody's banging. If I can hear somebody's like, dude, where the fuck is Lloyd?
Oh man.
Where the fuck is Lloyd? Dishes are backed up. And he was, he used to sit back there and bang, dude. And it was 150 degrees, just fucking. And he was in there. I'm like, oh no. And dude, me and this other dude look at each other and we're like, ooh. So we go walking back and it's busy. You've been at a cafe. Fucking, the wheel is flying. People are shitting themselves. Fucking waitresses are table hopping and putting in fire. Like, shit's in the fan.
Oh yeah.
We're in the weeds. Me and him both look at each other and both at the same time we're like, and we just walked real fast and we can fly out. And dude, we open the closet to the nitrous to the whipped cream closet. He's on the ground, wrapped around it with his legs like this. And this thing's tall. The fucking thing is just go, and he's just out. He fucking slobber.
Oh my God.
And we're like, oh, he's fucking dead. I thought he was dead. I'm like fucking smacking his face. I'm gonna bleep that. Fucking turn it off! It's a fucking nitrous. It's just blowing nitrous everywhere.
Oh wow,
dude! The kitchen manager comes around. We're like, I don't know what's going on.
I can't believe they. Well, I mean, it's not like you can hide the nitrous gas from him, but it's like
okay. And now at this point, no management knows yet. It's all just us,
right? All the people,
the scrubs, dude. Front, So we clean it up. I think we pulled him out of the closet and shut the door. And then the manager was like, Lloyd, what's Lloyd doing? I'm like, I don't know, man. He's right here, dude. What's wrong with him? Freaking guy. And we're hitting him and going, I hope you're okay. At the same time, though, we're hoping he's okay.
Yeah.
But if I remember right, he was not found in the fucking whipped cream closet. But we pulled him out. He didn't die. I shouldn't say found. Manager comes over. We're like, oh, okay. Dude, we're all like, what the fuck? Well, after it wears off, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're just in a foul mood and you're just kind of pissy. It's like, oh, I gave you a bunch of joy. I'm going to fucking take it all back. It's like a shitty drug, really. But anyway, so then he's just sitting there. So he's okay. We're working. I'm like, man, fucking crazy. I'm like, whew, almost fucked up my weekend, right? Because I was going to get those balloons. I'd seen them at concert. I was like, oh my God, we could have our own nitrous balloons. And, dude, come in the next day. Tank gone.
Yep.
All ingredients gone.
Yep.
Fucking ready whip behind a lock cage.
Ready whip. That's funny.
I was like, that sucks. This other dude I worked with was furious. He was mad at Lloyd for months after that. He'd be like, fucking, we'd all be partying. If it was like he was mad,
Yeah.
but he also, well, I guess we all had issues, but he also had some issues too.
That,
I wouldn't have been surprised finding him with his legs wrapped around the nitrous tank either.
I don't want to get all serious, but maybe Lloyd saved like everybody at the end of the day.
That could be true because he got rid of it. He took one for the team.
Yeah, honestly, because I'm thinking about it. If that would have lasted,
well, it's butterfly effect too, right? You're hitting on the butterfly effect heavy. Hey, man.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe we got our balloons and got in a car accident because of some shit. Like, seriously, you don't know, right? Like, that's how small it could be. But it did keep me from getting my balloons, which I'd go in and take a puff off the nitrous and be like, oh, that's crazy. And that was that.
Yeah.
I didn't like being fucked up at work, even though I would like to get fucked up.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't ever, even during when I was young and really going hard, I never messed with work.
Right.
I wouldn't smoke weed at work. Even when I worked at a restaurant and stuff, I had help a few times at work, like, but in Billings, Montana, like speed. It wasn't crystal meth because it was shit. It was crank, but it's the same thing. It's speed. It's just fucking get you going. And I did that at work when I was a cook. But other than that, I was never the guy who smoked weed, went to work, any of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was more like, oh, great. Fuck yeah, dude, we could get some balloons. But then, like you said, there's always somebody.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, these are all things I heard the first Floyd story. I never heard the second Floyd story about. I knew he had a drug addiction, a drinking problem. Never heard the story though of his nitrous gas.
I forgot about that
shutting
until right
down
now.
That and then making Ready Whip a thing.
Dude,
like
24 hours later.
That's hilarious.
Somebody told somebody, and this was a little mom and pop on shit, and people were naive back then. People were fucking dumb. You know, there's a reason everybody knows all that now, where they count the fucking Ready Whips every night, you know, like shit like that. It's locked up like paint. You know how you go to Home Depot?
Well, whipping is now a thing though, and like
I'm
it's
sure
coming mainstream now, but like whipping is a huge thing. But people are huffing whatever to get high. People will huff like highlighters and like markers and stuff. Like I've seen people,
oh fuck yeah.
Like
we rubber cement when I was younger, gasoline.
Yeah.
Dude, we came up on a dude once. We were in a bad part of town and we were fucked up. We walked around a corner to go into an alley, probably to do drugs real quick or walk to get some privacy for a second in a shitty part of town.
Yeah.
And we're standing there and we hear this this fucking dude's we look over, he's like behind a dumpster against like a wall, and he's like, we were like, holy fuck. Dude, and he pulls the bag down and his fucking face just had paint all over it. There's paint all over in the bag. He was just huffing paint.
Yeah.
And he was gone. But that's different doing drugs. Well, not to get that, but doing drugs, that's killing brain cells to make you feel fucked up.
Yeah.
That's different than taking a drug that, like,
opens your brain.
Opens your brain. You could, again, debatable. Yeah. I don't condone any of it. I don't do any of it. I'm retired. But there's difference. You know, when you huff gas, you are just simply saying, I'm going to kill brain cells, fuck shit up enough that I feel fucked up.
Exactly.
If you drink a lot, at least drinking is at least better than gasoline, right? And then this is better than drinking, and then not doing any is the best, right? But if you're huffing paint and gasoline, that's just as core low as you get. Same fucking grocery store, or same Billings, Montana. Before I worked at Elmer's, before I went to college, I worked at a grocery store, and worked out like bag boy produce. Went through it. Dude, you get food stamps up there and you can't buy alcohol with food stamps. Some motherfuckers would buy bread and Lysol. And they'd make toast, and that's why I always say Lysol and toast. I always joke about that. It's not funny, but I always joke about like, oh my God, Lysol. That's the same thing. That's just that pure alcoholism. Where it's like, it has nothing to do with the liquor or the beer. I need this alcohol. My body needs alcohol, and I will take it out of a fucking household cleaner.
Yeah, I know.
If I have to.
Yeah, people use like the spray bottles and like spray that in their tongue. Like I've heard of that crazy stuff.
Green lizards when you do shots of like Aqua Velva, which is aftershave cologne.
Oh, really? That's crazy,
dude. It's fucking nuts.
That's when you know you have
beyond a problem. That's when it's that core It's that core alcoholism or addiction. Most,
Addiction.
addiction.
It's a problem with addiction on that part.
And then you go, and then they have to dig into that and figure out what's causing that and go time. You know what I mean? I'm sure Lloyd had a fucked up childhood. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
To bring it back around.
Yeah. Well,
I guarantee you, right?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, let's cap it off with this. Well, I didn't know we would get into all this
No,
from poetry, so I'll say.
Right.
That was great, and a lot of things I didn't know that
Yeah.
went on in your life at that time, you know, which is really dope, actually. So,
no, that was good. That was good, and I'm not near as anxious as they're not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that now.
No, those were actually surprisingly good. I mean, we can get into it like critique wise. The flow was nice, you know. The cadence was there. The rhyme scheme was there. The wordplay.
I'm more of an ACBD guy. I like it when you go to ABAB.
Yeah. I like. Oh man, what are those different types of poems called? Like the haikus or the.
That's a haiku is what like 575.
Yeah,
575.
Yeah.
And then there's like a limerick, which is AA
syllables. Yes.
BBA. So like a limerick is this one and this one rhyme.
Yes.
And then you do two more that rhyme. Limerick, and then you bring the fifth one back to the first two, crap. I think.
That you just brought back like fifth grade.
I am tapping into like 1988 stuff right now.
Yes.
So I'm
Well, I didn't even learn. They didn't teach me poetry when I was in school. Really, only the time they did hardcore was like fifth grade. So everything I'm remembering and you're bringing up is like haiku, fifth grade.
I'm guessing the haiku made it through times, right? It's the haiku.
The haiku, I remember had a 7 in there, so I didn't know what the other
575.
Yeah, and I remember now it was syllables, which you're 100% correct. And I was actually all right at that, but I never, But
dude,
at the same time, that was dope.
I probably have some haikus in there. I was into that kind of shit.
There was definitely syllables.
Dude, who knew all culture banging out of Billings, Montana?
So what is? So what would that be if it's an ABAB? What would that be called?
I don't know, but that's how I would write them and look at them. I'd be like, okay, because I like to do that sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it was the AC or it was the where it was the line A then B and then A rhymed with the first one and B rhymed. So I felt like that kind of spiced it up a little bit. Where it's like, oh, motherfucker, now I'm rhyming twice.
Exactly. It's like, wait, that one rhymed, and that one rhymed up here, and that one rhymed
still
up there.
Do what I'm saying. Yeah, so it was probably more of like, street cred. Like the next level of,
But it's true.
You just have that line rhyme with the next line. Where's mine?
Oh man, that's so true though.
That was worth the turtleneck.
When you read those though, and like you're like, ooh, those two rhymed with those two. You're like, that's dope. Like that is what I feel like a lot of people.
And I'm I'm extra a little bit on whatever I do. I gotta. That's considered good. Then what about this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Not that that's good. Not that that's but hey,
no, it's okay to pat yourself on the back.
I don't know that, but I just know that I made it was a conscious decision to do ABAB on purpose of one thought because it's like, okay, maybe I could
Okay.
I don't know. I got a little excited right there. But anyway,
well, let's wrap
that was fun.
That was fun.
Awesome.
That was awesome. Great first episode. Well, maybe next time we'll bring back more poetry. Or we'll have something else that we can all laugh about in startup topics. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
For sure.
Sweet. Be well.
Tupatu.